Greetings, teachers and fellow HUMSS students. I am Yurika Belen Olaso, one of the members of Group 1 HUMSS Discipline, here to present our research study entitled The Live Experience of Senior Citizen High School Teachers in Modular Distance Learning. Together with my co-researchers Angelica A. Hanoras, Zaira Marie Eduarte, Reynald Paraiso, Trisha Ann Hidia, and Patrick Vizcaya. Also, we have Ma'am Melia as our guide and practical research 1 subject teacher. So let me begin with the local of the study. The study was undertaken at Sorsogon City in the 3 different schools. The schools has given the researchers permission to conduct a face-to-face interview within the school. The participants are senior citizen high school teachers who had experienced the new learning system, which is the modular distance learning.
Introduction. The present COVID-19 pandemic has led to the largest disruption of education system. Discuss unexpected challenges among senior citizen teachers, which one of the most affected by this crisis. Teachers are adjusting to the distant results of education in the modality of modular distance learning to continue the educational progress of students while also addressing the uncertainties as well as apprehensions of this pandemic. These studies determine the challenges they experienced and how they cope up with those challenges. Moving to research question of the discussion, we have Mr. Patrick Vizcaya.
This study aims to determine the challenges experienced by senior citizen high school teachers in modular distance learning. Specifically, this study seeks to answer the following questions. First, what is it like to work as a senior citizen high school teachers in modular distance learning? Second, what are the challenges encountered by senior citizen high school teachers in modular distance learning? And lastly, how do the senior citizen high school teachers cope with their challenges?
Now, let's proceed to the theoretical framework. Humanistic learning theory was developed by Abraham Maslow, Carl Rogers, and James F. T. Bajental. This was a response to common educational theories at the same time, which were behaviorism and psychoanalysis. Teacher helps student at learning goals at the beginning of the year, and then by passing pathways for student to reach their goal. Students are in charge of their learning, and then the teacher can help steer them in the right direction. Teachers also creates existing and engaging learning opportunities. For example, teachers trying to help students understand that government can allow students to make their own government in the classroom. Students will be excited about learning as well as encouraging on how everything works.
Methodology. For the methodology, the sampling technique used is purposive sampling. In order to determine the 5 senior citizen high school teachers who will participate on the study through interview. And the selection criteria must be a senior citizen teachers in high school, teaching within Sorsogon City, and willing to participate. In research instrument, purposive sampling was employed by the researchers as a method for selecting a valid subject for this study. The interview question was the tool we utilized to gather data. In preparation, the objectives for creating a good data gathering tool were considered in the construction of the instrument. The researchers also used voice recording while listening to the participants' answer to be more reliable for the given information. Moving to data collection procedure. Upon the approval of the research, we formally write a letter to the Principal 4 of the Sorsogon National High School to give us consent to conduct a research study. Upon collecting data, we settled on an exploration plan which our study will be based. It is vital that we stick to the phenomenology method and begin collecting data. In data analysis procedure, we did transcription and translation of the data in order to assess and comprehend the information we gathered. That's it for the research methodology. Now, moving on, here's Ms. Trish Hedaya to discuss the research results and discussions.
After
After analyzing the statement of the participants, the researcher had a qualitative findings on the experience of the senior citizen in modular distance learning. This study was conducted under the Sorsogon City area in various schools with 5 senior citizens. These are the senior citizen teachers who have experienced modular distance learning. The main theme that arose from the following data analysis as a result of the lived experience of senior citizen in modular distance learning are: first, working experience of senior citizen high school teachers in modular distance learning. Second, the challenges that they encountered in modular distance learning. Lastly is the ways of coping challenges. The factors of working experiences of senior citizen high school teacher in modular distance learning is what it is like to be a senior citizen. Participants stated that gadgets symbolize their lived experience. According to the participants number 4, I can relate myself to a cell phone. According to the participants number 4, I can relate myself to a cell phone because though I am a senior citizen already, and still need to embrace changes since no such a thing is a permanent and it is always revolving. Next is the senior citizen teachers, mostly at this time of crisis, are the ones who experience different challenges in terms of teaching and adjusting to the new normal learning. Health condition is one of the challenges that they encountered. But despite of their health condition, they continue their job to help students in terms of learning and gaining knowledge. According to participant number 4, when the pandemic came, I got worried about my health because as a senior citizen, we are at the high risk or in a high possibility to get illness. Next challenges that they encountered is the preparation of modules. All participants revealed that during pandemic, they are the ones who are responsible in making modules or learning activity sheets. According to the participants number 1, when the pandemic started, teachers had to print modules for their students by their own expenses as it became financial matter. But despite of these challenges, they need to adjust to the situation and figure out ways to deal with those challenges they've experienced. Adapting the new learning system is one of their way to cope these challenges. 2 participants stated they are all adopt and accept the new learning system, even it is hard for them to fully adopt it, because teaching is their responsibility. According to participant number 1, I need to adopt the new learning system for my student. And lastly, the adjustment. All the participants stated that they are all adjust in this kind of learning. According to participant number 2, as a teacher, I need to be flexible and need to adjust in order to adapt into the situation and to the student at the same time to apply the new learning system. These are the final findings of the resulting discussion of our research. Next, we have Angelica and Nora to tell about the conclusion of our study.
Based on the study's findings and discussion, it can be concluded that those experiences are only obstacles that challenge them as a teacher, and they are also relating themselves into a gadget so that it is also easy for them to cope up with those challenges. Health of a senior citizen is a critical type of health, because at their age, many illnesses will appear that can hinder them in doing their job. As a senior citizen teachers, they get hassle on printing and making learning activity sheets or LAS. Based on the answers of the participants, it can be concluded that they uses strategies so that it can be easier for them to cope up with the challenges they experience. Finally, we are now at the recommendations. Recommendations. Seminar and advices on how to use technology is one of the recommendations made by the researchers. It can help them to reduce the burden they experience when they are communicating online with their students about the lesson or outputs. The researchers also recommend the monthly health consultation. It can be a way for them to be checked, mostly when they are stressed on doing some things that are related to their work. Furthermore, it is also for the safety of their health when they need to socialize with other people in some related things. Lastly, the researchers also recommend that lessen the number of sections handled by them so that it also lessens the burden and reduces the stress they experience. Moreover, for them to adjust and adapt the new learning system. That's all for Group 1. I hope you've enjoyed watching our presentations. Thank you.